Dean is lucky to be alive. The Uber driver was finishing up a shift when he was caught up in a violent carjacking. After 3 days in hospital, he then found out the alleged thugs used his car in a crime spree.
I think you go sort of into a fight or flight mode. I'm just hanging on like a cowboy on a bull. If I'd hit my head, I could have died.
It was a close scrape in many ways for Victorian dad Dean Lehman, left with grazes all over his body after losing a wrestle with a carjacker.
I get a little better each day, and I suppose it could have been significantly worse.
His most serious injury is to his left foot, which was dragged along the road in the struggle. Flesh and tissue ripped away, leaving a small hole.
But my head, I was able to keep my head safe, and I didn't contact a head injury. So I suppose if there's a silver lining, that would be it.
This trashed trainer is what Dean was wearing on the night he stopped in this park to stretch his legs on a break from his Uber shift.
I was basically going to knock off and drive home. And as I'm getting closer to the car, I then see a brake light come on. I'm now absolutely certain someone's in my car, and they've rested their foot on the brake.
With the thief behind the wheel of Dean's blue Renault, the car performs a U-turn, Dean arriving just in time to open the driver's door and grab hold.
As I've got to the car, the thief has jammed his foot down on the accelerator, and I've now sort of basically had to grab onto the door frame. He then battled for control of the vehicle.
Dean didn't get a good look at the carjacker as he desperately clung on to his vehicle. Dean was dragged for around 100 metres down Park Street in Geelong, Victoria.
He then virtually sort of starts like a ripping laugh, starts laughing at me. I knew at this stage I had to let go of the vehicle.
Unlucky for Dean, it appears he dropped the Renault's credit card-style fob key inside the car during the confrontation, allowing the crooks to get away.
I just posted stolen blue Renault Captor.
With the help of daughter Summer, Dean took to social media to try and track down his vehicle. Soon after it was stolen, Dean would see his car again in security vision taken from this service station. As you're about to see, the car was driven here by a couple Dean doesn't recognise, who have since been linked to a number of other crimes. In the footage taken at Lara, near Geelong, a male can be seen trying to pay with a credit card. It apparently doesn't go through, but never mind, his female companion has a second card to try and a third before taking out a purse that appears to contain dozens of other cards.
There was hits on the social media, so to my knowledge the car went on a crime spree. I believe they were breaking into cars, I believe they were stealing items from front doors like people's postal parcels and items like that.
Dean's also missing some special items. He's a local tennis champion, and his best rackets, worth $500, were in the boot of the stolen car. Not that he'll need them for a while, the ordeal leaving him with a walking stick and reliant on Summer to take him back to the spot where his car was parked the night it was taken.
He accelerated straight through that intersection, and now he's got the car in a straight line, and I'm pretty much toast. But
at least you're not brown bread.
Correct.
That night, Dean somehow walked himself to the nearby hospital where he stayed for 3 days.
Dad's a pretty tough guy, so to get the call that he was in A&E and then to walk into the hospital and see Dad in the state he was a bit confronting.
Eventually, Dean's car showed up at one of Geelong's largest panel beaters, and it's there Dean popped the boot to see if his tennis gear had been lost to the carjacker's racket. Doesn't look like it, does it?
Yeah, so there's some, that's my box and just some of the cleaning products I keep for the car. Jacket here, not mine.
Dean's prized possessions were gone, though the thieves had left behind their favourite tool and plenty of dead rubber. As for this 52-year-old father of 3, he's already planning an on-court comeback.
The people I play tennis with I regard as my friends, and it's a great club environment to be part of. And so all my friends at Weeknights Tennis Club who might be watching, I'll be back soon.
We wish Dean all the best. And Victoria Police have now arrested and charged a 20-year-old man and a 14-year-old girl over the alleged crime spree.